So ahead of tomorrow night's fights, we've had the weigh-in for Joyce against Bermane Stiverne. Now, Joyce, I believe, he tipped the scales at £265. Now, I'm not sure what that is in stone, but £265. I believe that's the heaviest of Joyce's career so far, even though this is only his 8th pro fight. But he's been kind of in around the 250s, so weighing in the 260s lately, still looks in decent shape. He's a very big man, Joyce. Bermane Stiverne, he weighed in at £273. All right, now as far as I know, that's the heaviest of Stiverne's career because I'm on his box rec right here, and I don't think he's ever weighed any heavier than I think 258 against a guy called Lyle McDowell, I believe. McDowell is the guy's name. That was the heaviest up until this point of Stiverne's career. He's 19 pounds heavier than he was when he fought Deontay Wilder back at the end of 2017 in the rematch. So, what are my thoughts on that? Stiverne, basically, he didn't look in good shape. He looked a lot fleshier than I'm used to seeing him. Like, he's never been in great shape, never been in tremendous shape, but he certainly looked a lot better at weigh-ins than he has for this fight. And, from the moment they announced this fight, I thought Joyce would win. I didn't think he'd do it as early as Wilder, or I don't think he'll do it as early as Wilder. But having seen the kind of shape Stiverne's in, and, the fact that Stiverne, he's coming off really hardly any fights, if you think about it. Like, since he fought Chris Arreola in 2014, he had his fight against Wilder. He went 12 rounds, took a hell of a beating. Fought Derek Rossi, a journeyman then. A couple of months later, got dropped in that fight. Legitimately dropped. Had 2 years out of the ring. To be fair, he was meant to fight Povetkin in 2016. That fight got cancelled at the last minute. Povetkin failed the drugs test, as we all know. And then he got knocked out in a round by Wilder towards the end of 2017. So Stiverne's been very inactive. He seems to be just putting the weight on, increasingly, because when he fought Wilder in the first fight, I think he was in the 230s. And even then he was slow and plodding around the ring. So, you add essentially near enough to 40 pounds onto that. Oh, this is not going to be a good fight for Stiverne. Joyce isn't exactly quick, but I think even he'll be quicker than Stiverne, given the fact that Stiverne's in the 270s. At this stage in Stiverne's career, what does he really have to prove? Like, he's pushing 40, if not he already is 40. He took a fair old beating in that first Wilder fight, and to be honest with you, I think that might have messed with his punch resistance altogether because he was getting dropped by guys like Derek Rossi. So, I think with Stiverne, is he showing up for a paycheck? I seen an interview during the week with Bermane Stiverne, and Stiverne is one of them guys where he's not the easiest to listen to in interviews because he doesn't tend to make a lot of sense in the interviews, and then, he's always trying to make excuses for his shortcomings. Like, even now, he was asked about the Wilder rematch in that interview with Seconds Out, and he said that the first knockdown, he was hit behind the back of the head. I mean, that was as straight a right hand as you'd want to see from Deontay Wilder. Landed bang on the chin, he went down, and he said that from getting hit around the back of the head, it messed with him for the rest of the round. He was hit straight in the face. He was hit bang on the chin by a straight right hand. It was nowhere near the back of his head. So Stiverne, he doesn't really strike me as, being all there in the head mentally. I'm not saying he's stupid, but, Stiverne, he's not someone you'd really want to sit down and have a conversation with. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on this. In terms of the fight, I expect Joyce to end this fight reasonably quickly. I don't think he'll do it in a round like Deontay Wilder did. I don't know if Joyce is as explosive as Wilder. He definitely hits hard. He's definitely heavy-handed. Do I think he'll get it done in the round? No. But I don't think it'll take much longer. I can't see this fight going any more than 3-4 rounds at max. I wouldn't even say Stiverne is conditioned to go the full, I think it's 12 rounds. Because there's some WBA kind of, little trick title on the line. So I can't imagine this fight going longer than 3-4 rounds. And I'd be shocked if it did, really. If this fight went 12 rounds, I would be amazed. Can't see it going 12 rounds. Definitely picking Joyce to win this fight. And Joyce, I've always said Joyce, I think he is a dark horse in the heavyweight division. I think Joyce, as crude as he looks, as awkward as he can look, I think he's very effective. And I've always said, I've made videos on this, and I've said if you ask me my top prospect in the world of boxing, I'd say it has to be Joyce. Definitely. So those are my thoughts on this. I got Joyce to win this fight by knockout or by stoppage, one or the other, whatever comes first. And yeah, those are my thoughts on this. And I'm going to touch on the Eubank Jr. James DeGale weigh in my next video, so stay tuned for that. Please like the video, and as always, please like, share, subscribe, do what you got to do. I've been the G-Man, and I'll talk to you after.